So good morning, everyone. Today I am going to explain how to use Excel and Excel formula to construct an amortization loan table. So first of all, this value I highlighted is the value you need to have for your amortization loan table. However, these four values that I highlighted right now is the most important because it is the key values input which related to all the values in this Excel. So for this loan, we have some assumption there. So for this loan, we assume this loan annuity term is immediately and there is no balloon payment amount. So after you have all the keys value which I present and highlighted right here, then we can use all these values to construct our amortization loan table right here. So to construct our table, this is the basics column we need. Number of payments, total payments, interest paid, principal paid, and outstanding loan balance. But before we really start to constructing the table, we need to understand one thing. We need to really pay attention to one thing. Really pay attention to one thing right here. If your amortization loan table need to use the value from the keys value table, then you need to log all the values by $sign, or else your values will change when you drag down and paste the formula you did. So which means in here, when you're doing this table and you will use the keys value right here, then you will need to log the value right here by using the $sign, or else when you copy paste your formula to the rest of the rows, the keys value will change and then your table will be wrong. So this is something that we need to pay attention. So let's start to construct our table right now. So first of all, let's look at the total payment column. The total payment column actually is just the value is actually just same as the payment amount. So the formula for total payment is just equal to payment amount. You can see from my formula, which I highlighted right now, actually is just equal to the payment amount. Then the rest of it is the same. So you can see the total payment, every single amount, every single rows is the same. Then the interest paid formula for the formula for interest paid. The formula for interest paid is we can call out IPMT function, and then we insert the required value from the keys values, and then we log it. Don't forget, we have to log the keys values, and then we equal it, and then we will find our interest paid. This is our interest paid function. After that is the formula for principal paid is quite easy. You can see from my formula, it's actually just the total payments minus the interest paid. Then you can find your principal paid. Then after that, the last one, the formula for outstanding loan balance is actually just the previous outstanding loan balance minus the principal paid during that payment. Then you will find your outstanding loan balance during that payment. So that's all for this is all the formula for those column. After that, you just drag down and paste the formula, because the rest, every single row is using the same is using the same formula. So you just drag down, then it's okay. Then your table will be complete after you drag until the end. You drag until the end, then your amortization table is complete. But however, to determine whether your amortization loan table is constructed correctly, you just see the last amount of the outstanding balance. So you just go down and see the last amount. If the last amount of the outstanding loan balance is equal to 0, right here, then you are correct. Then you are correct. So after you construct, so if your last amount of outstanding loan balance is equal to 0, then your amortization loan table is correct and you are done for your amortization table. So after you have your amortization table, let's us look at the loan summary. Loan summary, the first one we have to look is the total interest paid. Total interest paid, we can also use the function, the Excel formula to find it, which called CUMIMPT to find the total interest paid. Then you just put in the required keys value you can see, which is highlighted, and then you press enter, then you will find your total interest paid. Total payment for the loan actually is quite easy. It's just you using the loan amount plus the total interest paid. Then you will find your total payment for the loan. To check both amount is whether it is correctly, whether it is correctly, you just sum these two columns. You just sum the total payment and interest paid. Let's see. Let us try. So for the total interest paid, we just sum here. We just sum here. And you can see this amount is equal to this amount, which means the formula is right. And we check again, total payment for the loan, total payment. So we sum this payment to see whether it is correctly. So we just sum, sorry, I'm just clicking the wrong one. And then we just sum using the sum function, sum the total payment column, sum the total payment column. Then yes, we still getting the same amount. So that's all. So after you constructing your amortization loan table, let's graph for the table, because if you graph for the table, then you have a better understanding for the amortization loan. So there are two important graphs for this table. The first table is outstanding loan balance graph. So to graph this graph, you just have to select outstanding loan balance column, go to insert, and click on the line chart. Then you will have your outstanding loan balance graph. So let's us delete this one. Let's us delete this one, and then we look at the one I did. So from this graph, you can see the line is going down until reaching 0, because at the end, you have to repay all the loan amount. So yes, this is the first graph that you have to graph. And then the second important graph is about the portion of each total amount that goes to interest and principal over the life of the loan. How to construct this one? You have to select total payment. You have to select total payment, interest paid, and principal paid. And then insert. And then click on insert and find line chart and graph it. So here is your line chart. I'm sorry, maybe something wrong here. Let me try again. Yes. So you just highlighting this one. and then go into insert line chart. Yes, you can see now. You can see you can construct the graph that I construct previously is exactly the same. So let's see the one I constructed previously. So from this graph, you can see that sorry. Okay, since all the total payment is the same, therefore the lines for the total payment is straight. For the interest paid, you can see for this loan at the beginning, most of the portion of each payment, total payment, is used to pay the loan interest rather than the principal. But until some point, the principal payment will more than the interest paid. So that's all. So let's us try to change some amount to see whether our amortization loan table working perfectly. So let's us change some value. I change to 20K, and then I change this amount to 12%, and then 10 years, I change to 5 years, and then the frequency I want to quarterly. You can see when I change this 4 value, every single value in this Excel will be changed, as I said previously. And you say the table, the amortization loan table automatically construct again and change again when you change the keys values input right here. So check again. The last amount of outstanding loan balance is equal to 0, which means this table we really did it correctly. And we can see the graph also changed because when we change the loan input. So let's us change again to make sure it's really work. So let's us change to 100K and then 8%, and then maybe 10 years again, and then I want it to be 12 months. You see, when I change these 4 values, everything right here will change. Not just that, this table will automatically change when we change our keys value. You can see, check again. Yes, the number is still 0. So we're really constructing the table correctly. So I think that's all. That's all you need to know for constructing an amortization loan table by using Excel. So thank you for listening. Have a good day.